Okay, so within the DDL, as of now, we have seen create and alter command. Okay, the next command under the DDL is a drop. So drop, it is used to delete both the structure and record stored in the table, as well as it is used to drop the any other database object. Okay, so here related to table, there is one sentence we are having. It is used to delete both the structure and record stored in the table. So what is mean by this? Deleting the record as well as structure stored in the table. Okay. So for example, let's see if I'm having an okay, let's say this is an Excel file I'm having. Okay. Now what we call this as a table, table in a Excel, right? So when I say the drop command will delete the table structure as well as the record. Okay, so the difference, or we can say the meaning of it is, it will simply remove the records. Okay, like removing the records like this. Okay, so this is like it will remove the records as well as whatever the structure we see here, like the column names we are having. Okay, the column data type we'll be having. So whatever the structure we are having, that will delete the structure as well. That means if you want to insert the data again into that table, you will not be able to do that. So the drop command will delete the table as well as the admin table structure as well as the data within the table. And one more command we are having, that is under DDL, sorry, it is under DML, which is the delete command. Okay, so here is the difference. So delete command is used to delete only the data within the table. It will not delete the structure of the table. Okay, so in that case, this structure will remain same, only the rows has been removed. So this we can do using delete command. Okay, but with the drop command, it is not possible to remove only rows. It will do both the things. It will delete the table structure as well as the data inside the table. Obviously, when the table structure is deleted, entire data also will be lost. Okay, so that is the major difference between drop and delete we are having. Okay, so delete will remove the rows. Okay, and drop will delete the structure entirely. Okay, related to table. So drop command is used to drop the structure as well as the records stored in the table. Also, it is used to drop any other database objects as well. For example, we are having, what are all the database objects? We are talking from very first day. What are all the database objects we are having? Okay, we are talking about the table. We are talking about the procedures. We are talking about the functions, views. Okay, just I'm talking in the sense we are, you might be hearing these keywords again and again from me, right? So procedures, functions, views, figures. Okay, then cursors we are having. What else we are having? We are having UDF. Okay, so these all are the database objects. So any database objects you wanted to drop from the database, you can use the drop command. Okay, so drop object. Object in the sense you need to specify what you are going to drop. So if I'm dropping the table, I will mention drop table and will give the name of the table. So it will drop the table from the database. If I'm dropping the procedure, I will mention drop procedure, and here I will give the name of that procedure, what procedure I'm going to drop. If I'm dropping function, I will mention drop function and I will mention the name of the function. Okay, same for the view, same for the trigger and other database objects. Okay, even if you wanted to drop the database, so what you will mention, you will say like drop database and you will give the name of the database. Okay, for example, we are having these many databases. Let's say I want to drop this test DB. So what I will do, I will write drop database and give the name of the database. If I execute this, okay, I might not have the access because we are users, right? We are not admin users. So it might not drop, but yeah, we can use this drop database command to drop the database. It is saying like you don't have the permission something. Okay, cannot drop. It is currently in use. That is what it is saying. Okay, but we can use this. But we have to be very sure or very clear on using this drop command, delete command, update command, because once it is dropped, we cannot recover it back.
Sir, one question.
Major issue. Yes.
So like on the top left, like a search bar, it says facet underscore custom. Can we change to like test DB and try to drop the database?
No, in that case also we will not be able to do that because currently we are executing the query under the same testdb database, okay, and we are trying to delete the same database.
Okay.
Okay, we cannot do that. Normally in
In
this,
which case can we drop it? So if we open the, for example, SQL 1031, and can we drop that test DB?
no, it is not dropping because currently I am having some procedures that has been created under this and that is being
Oh,
referenced
okay.
somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
we are having
Yeah.
reference, it is not. So this is just for example. You will not be able to dropping database anywhere in your career. Okay,
Okay.
database. It is not for you. That will be always administered, managed, and monitored by DBAs. Okay.
Mhm.
You will be dropping the tables and all. That is all good that we can do if required. Let's say I'm having these tables here. Okay, I want to drop this employee table. So I need to do is drop table and name of the table. That is an employee. It is again saying okay, it is not exist into this database. That's why. Okay, against which database I'm running this query? I'm running this again.
Test DB.
So, but in testdb we don't have this employee table.
Yeah.
That's the reason it is not dropping. If I change the reference here, it will drop. Another way we are having to do this. Okay, if I want to drop the database in 1031, but still I want to run the query in testdb. So what I can do is I can give the three-part name here. Okay, so this is called a three-part name for any database object. Okay, what
Oh,
it will be having database name. I will just mention db name dot schema name, and then we will be having object name. So this is a three-part name. Okay, so if you give full reference to any object, it will go to that reference and it will perform the action. So I'm
okay.
saying top table which is present in this database in this schema, and this is the name of the table. So it will drop that. What is schema? We have not discussed. I will let you know. Okay, so with this, I will be able to drop the table which is present in 1031. Okay, though I am running the query in testdb, the table will be dropped.
Okay.
Okay, now if I refresh this tables folder, you will see now table is not present, the emp table,
Can
because it
we
is,
simply drop by writing EMP only?
yes, we can do that as well. Simply
But we
drop using,
need to be on
but
that data
for
set,
that
right?
we have to be in the particular database. Okay, and this is possible only the name it is possible if your schema is DBO. Okay, what is DBO schema now? Before that, what is mean by schema first? Okay, that is an question. So schema is like a container. Okay, let's consider schema is like a container. Okay, so where you will store the related information, like you are having containers on your home where you will be putting some sugar, where you'll be putting some coconuts and all like that, right? So for particular set of information, you will be using some container. Okay, so in SQL Server, we are having schema. Okay, it is a logical container. Okay, so in SQL, schema is a logical container used to organize database objects such as all these database objects. Okay, like tables,
Procedures.
views, functions, etc., etc. Okay, so if you want to organize the these all objects within some container, you can use the schema. Okay, and we can say like it is. We can say we can think of schema as a folder within the database. So in one folder, we are going to store the tables, procedures, functions all together related to one project. Another project related information we are going to store in another folder. Okay, so normally the related information will be stored in a particular folder. Let's say there are different departments we are having. Organization has different departments. Okay, there are different departments we are having, like HR we are having, sales we are having, okay, finance we are having. And each of these tables, okay, each of these departments are having its own tables to store the data. Okay, so there is a database called company DB. There is a scheme, there is what I would say there is an folder. Okay, there is an department called HR. Okay, let's say this one. Let's say I just wanted to have some. Okay, there is a HR schema or HR department. Okay, and under this department, we are having this tables like table employee. Okay, and again we are having table attendance. Just for example, I'm taking here. Okay, then there is another schema we are having, another department we are having, which is sales. Okay, now under this sales department, we'll be storing some other information. Okay, we are having customers. Okay, then what we are having? We are having orders. These are the different tables we are having. Okay, just two examples are enough as of now for the table. And next, again, we are having one more schema or one more department called finance. Okay, so under finance department, again, I'll be storing some data with some different tables, like I'm having payments. Okay, then what else I'm having? I'm having tax details. Okay, so for each of these related information, I will be going to use a different folders. Okay, so this is how we can consider this schema as a folder within the database. Okay, there is a default schema in a database. Default schema is DBO. Okay, it can be like small, it can be a like capital letters, but there is a default schema called a DBO. It is the name of the schema, which is database object. This is a default schema. If you have ever wondered, okay, what are the questions I have given yesterday for creating those tables? I'll just take any one from them. Okay, let's say this is the table I was given yesterday. I will create this table now using this create command. Okay, so create, the name of the table is department, open bracket. Okay, I'll just take it forward. Okay, a department ID, let's say it is an integer. Name, let's say it is an varchar. varchar 20, and location again it is, let's say it is a varchar 50. Okay, so this is the table. See here, I have not given any schema name here. Okay, it is just a table name. I'm creating this table under 1031 database. Okay, let me execute this by hitting the execute button. The table is created, command create completed successfully. Now let's see the table by refreshing the tables folder. When I expand the tables folder, what is the name of the table department there in the tables folder?
DBO dot department.
DBO.department. So what is DBO there? DBO
Database
is the
object.
name of the schema. Okay. And this is the default name for any database object. Whenever you create any object within a table without any schema name, okay, that will always go under the DBO schema. Okay. What if I want to create this department table under HR? So you have to specify the two-part name there, like HR dot department. Create table H under the HR schema with the name as a department. Okay, so if I execute this, it should create a table under the HR schema. But what it is saying, the specified schema name HR either does not exist or you do not have the permission, which means apart from DBO, if you want to create a new schema, it should be created first. If you want to use any new schema, it should be created first, and then only you can use that. Okay, now if I create the schema using create command, so any new thing you are going to create, what you will use? You will use the create command. So I want to create schema. I will mention create schema, and the name of the schema is HR. So this new folder I'm going to create. Okay, so with this, the schema will be created. Now it will not be available anywhere to see you. Okay, you will not be able to see anywhere the schema, but it is created now. Now, if I create the department table, same department table under HR schema, whether I will be able to create this? There is already one table we are having with the department name under 1031. So if I create this table, whether it will create or it will fail.
I think it will create.
It will
Right,
create
it
because
will
it's not
create.
same like the department. It's HR.
Right, it will create because now whatever the table available, it is under DBO schema. Okay, and whatever new table I'm going to create, it is under HR schema. Okay, I am talking here. I'm saying like we can think of the schema as a folder. So there is a one file, okay, with a name as a person Excel. It is under one folder. Okay, claim processing. If I'm trying to reload the same file or the file with the same name under the same folder, then it will fail. But if I put the same file with the person name in another folder, whether there will be any error?
No.
No, there will not be any error because though the file name is same, the folders are different.
Different.
Right? Same way here as well. If I create the table with the same name in HR schema, it will create the table. And now if we refresh this folder, tables folder, you will see there are two tables with the name as a department. One is there under DBO schema, another is under HR schema. Okay, but if I try to recreate the table once again with the HR schema, the table is same again department, then this time it will definitely fail. It will say like there is a table department already present in the database. Okay, even if I create without any schema name. So if I'm going to create without any schema name, under which schema it will create?
DBO.
It will
DBO.
create under DBO, and there is already one table under DBO schema. So it will again fail. Okay, so this is a naming convention, two-part name and three-part name. Okay, so two-part name is like schema name and object name. Three-part name is like DB name, schema name, and object name. Okay, now let's say when you drop this table, okay, now let's say when you drop this table, drop table, department, which table it will drop?
DBO
DPO
department.
Right,
department.
it will drop the table from the DBO department, because if we are not specifying the schema name, it will by default take the DBO schema. Okay, but what if I want to drop the table from the HR schema? Then I
We
need
need
to
to.
specify that HR schema name here. Okay,
Okay.
then it will drop the table from the HR schema. Okay,
If we want to insert the values, so in that case also we have to
same thing.
mention the.
Okay, same thing. Whatever,
So
insert,
simple, we
update,
have to
delete,
write like
create.
drop table HR department, then execute.
Right, then you have to select this and execute it. Now it will drop the table from the HR schema. Okay, it is still there. Just refresh, and you will see now the table is not there for the HR department.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but if you are not giving any schema name, it will by default consider the table from the DBO department. Okay, so any SQL command, okay, any SQL command you are writing, you have to be habitual to write the schema name. Okay, because why I'm saying this, because there may be the chance that in your organizations you are having different schema. Okay, and you are not knowing, or you are not habitual of writing schema name, you will end up with modifying, deleting, updating the data in some different department, different schemas. You have to be used some different schema, but as you are not used the schema name, by default it is updating the tables from the DBO schema. Okay, one of the database I'm having from the Microsoft here. Okay, and if you see, there are multiple schemas available in this. Okay, so all the employee related information is under human resource schema. All the person related like information is there under person schema. Okay, production related information like bill of material, culture, document, location, product details, product category, product cost history. So all this uh, material related information is there under production schema. Also, there is schema for the purchase, schema for the sales. Okay, so normally this is how the data will be stored in organization. Okay, in a different schemas. So at least we should be habitual of writing the two-part name every time. Okay, it is not required to have three-part
Either
name.
we can use DBO and HR only.
No, any schema you can create. Okay, you can create any schema. Schema name could be anything. Like here, if you see, there are multiple schema names we are having: human resource, person, production,
Okay.
sales we are having, purchasing we are having. So it can be any name. Okay, but if we already have a one schema with HR name, we cannot recreate with the same name. We have to give some different name.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you are using object name, okay, you should always have the schema name before the object name. Even though it is a DBO, you should be habitual of writing that name before the object name for any command like create, alter, drop. Any command you are writing, you should be habitual of writing the schema name in front of object name. Okay, so same thing applicable for here as well. So drop table department. Let's say I want to drop the procedure. We are having some procedures here under this database. Okay, this is the name of the procedure. I want to drop this procedure. So what I will write? Drop. Then this is procedure. Now this is not the table. For table, I was mentioned table. Now this is procedure. Okay, so I need to mention drop procedure and then name of the procedure. So I can have this name here. So if I execute this, it will drop the procedure. Okay, so as I mentioned, we should be habitual of writing the two-part name: drop procedure dbo dot usp log. Okay, there are some views also I'm having here, so I can use this as well. I just need to mention drop view and name of the view. So here also again two-part name. This is schema name. This is view name. Okay. So drop command
So,
is to object drop the object from the database entirely.
so the what is these procedures and the view?
Yeah, these are the very long thing. It will take almost more than 1 month to us to reach there. to learn
Okay.
procedures. Okay.
I
We
have a
will be
Right.
question. Why is
yes.
human resources and V employee in a square bracket?
Because that is just I was copied as it is.
Okay.
Okay. So if you just take select here, okay, pick from here without what we say losing control on your right key of the mouse and drop it here. So it will be coming into the bracket.
Oh, okay.
So it is
But it's
like
Oh,
not required, right?
select and drop. It is not required.
Okay.
drag and drop case it will
It is
come
a
into
drag
this.
and drop, right? It is not required. I was just dragged and dropped, so that's why it is coming like this. But it is not required. Okay.
Okay.
But what is like DBO USP log error?
Can you repeat? Sorry, pardon.
What is DBO USP log error in
Yes,
procedure?
this is a procedure. Yes, this is the procedure. Okay, I don't want to go into the deep procedures. Okay, are like the programs within the within the what we say within the SQL. So it will be having multiple statements, all these things. Okay, so it's again we are having much time to reach up to this level. There are many things
Okay.
we need to cover before going to the procedure. Okay,
Okay.
even for the
Okay.
views, other objects like function, cursors, everything we are going to see. But before that, we are having many things to learn first as a basics. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the drop command. Drop is used to drop the object from the database. Okay. The last command under the DDL we are having is a truncate. Okay. Now truncate command is used to delete all the rows from the table and free the space containing the table. What does it mean? It is saying delete all the rows. Okay, so one thing is clear. When we use the truncate command, the structure will not be deleted. Structure will remains there. It will be remains there, but it will delete only the rows from the table. Okay, so let's see if I have some rows there. I will choose some different database.
So the column will be there, but only the rows deleted.
Right, rows will be deleted from that. Okay, so the data here. See, okay, there is one table called with this name. Okay, yes. So I'm having this table. When I drag and drop, you see here it is coming with square bracket. Okay, it is schema name and table name. So when I run this, I'm having some data inside this. Okay, it is under assets custom database. So yeah, we have some rows here, number of rows, almost 16 rows I'm having. Okay. So if you drop this table, what will happen?
Then you cannot like insert information again.
Yeah, it will drop the information as well as it will drop the structure as well, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we can just see that as well. Okay, what I will do, I will just copy this table entirely. Okay, there is one table I have just created by copying the data, just to understand. Select uh, this table. Okay, there is a table with 16 rows. Okay, this step log table. The name of the table is step log. If I use the drop command to drop this table, drop table name. Okay, and execute it. This will be dropped. Now, if I select the data, I will not be able to see that object itself. It is saying like invalid object because the drop
It's
command will
dropped.
entirely remove that object.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, it's removed.
right. But what is happening with this truncate? So now I will use the truncate command for this particular. Okay, for this step error log. truncate table, name of the table. The command syntax is truncate table, name of the table. Okay, and this truncate is for only table. This is not for any other database object. Like drop, we can use to drop any object. Alter, we can use to modify any object. Okay, create, we can use for creating any object. Similar to this, the truncate command, this is only related to table, and this is only used to remove the rows from the table. So the syntax is truncate table, table name. Okay, for example, I will just take this here. So we are having truncate table, name of the table. So same way, I'm writing truncate table and this is my table name. Okay, currently we are having 16 rows into this table. If I truncate this table, what will happen? Now the structure is there, but data is not there.
Right.
Right? You can see there is a structure. There are columns we are having, there will be data types will be there. Okay, you can see the same thing here. We are having the columns along with all the data types, but we don't have any data. So truncate command, what it will do, it will remove the data from the table entirely. It will delete all the rows from the table.
What if we want to delete only one row?
Correct. Good question. So that is not possible using truncate command. So truncate is not supported with filtering the data. What is
Okay.
filtering the data? I want to delete only rows, 10 rows from the 16. Okay, that option is not there for the truncate.
So the table will be there, but just the rows will be get deleted.
Yeah, only rows will be deleted, table structure will be there. But how many rows it will delete? It will empty the entire table. There is no option to delete only this particular row or that particular rows, 10 rows, 5 rows, no option. It will remove
Okay.
all the rows
All
entirely.
the okay,
Right.
okay.
So for this particular, the question you asked, like if I want to delete only one row. So for that, we are having this delete command where we can delete a particular row that we will see under the DMLs. Okay, so we will just revise everything together. DDL, those are the data definition language. Okay, we have seen under the DDL there are 4 commands: create, used to create new database or new database objects. Okay, not only database, any new objects also we can create. Second, we are having alter. Okay, this is used to modify the existing DB objects. Okay, like adding column, removing column. Okay, changing data type. That things we can do using alter command. Next, we have seen drop. Used to drop, or we can say delete the DB objects from the database. Okay, so it will be used to drop the database objects from the existing database. And last one we have seen is a truncate. Truncate is used to remove all the rows from the table, right? So these are the 4 commands we are having under DDL. Okay.
What was it that you said about the drop command cannot do?
Drop command, yeah, it will be used to drop the object entirely. Okay, we cannot use the where clause there as well to drop only the rows. Okay, or what else we are having? Yeah, filter we cannot use, and once it is
Can we
dropped,
drop and like can we use drop for the like only columns?
yes. Now, when we say, we have seen that yesterday, right? I want to remove the columns. Okay, now I'm saying I want to remove the columns. So what I can use? I can use the drop command, drop column, right?
Okay.
And we can give the column name. But when I'm dropping the column, what does it mean? Okay, I'm having a table with 5 columns. Okay, one column need to be dropped. So what does it mean? I am modifying the top column, modifying the table here.
Yes.
Right. So earlier table was having 5 columns. Now I am doing that to 4 columns, which means I am modifying the table structure. Is it right?
Yes.
So to modify the any database object, what we use? We use the alter command.
Alter.
Yes.
So alter we have to use with a table name. Okay, alter table name, and then use the drop command for the deletion of the column. So alter and drop needs to be used together while dropping the column from the table,
Okay.
right? Because we are deleting the column means we are modifying the table structure. So alter table should be used along with the drop to do this.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Is this the same with when you add a column? So it would be alter table, table name, and add column, column name?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, same thing, but there is a slight difference. While dropping the column, we are mentioning the column keyword. Okay, same thing is not applicable for adding the column. We don't need
It's
to
just
mention the
only add.
column name. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
okay.
column keyword. We just need to mention the column name along with
Okay.
the data type,
Okay. Thank you.
because we are defining this column as a new column, so we should specify the data type for that as well. Okay, so for dropping, we need to specify the column keyword. Okay, but for adding, we don't need to specify the column keyword like this, add column. No, just a add keyword and the name of the column along with the data type.
So for the drop, no data type, just the column and column
Right,
name.
it is not required because
Yeah.
we are not finding that. We are just dropping
Right.
that. Okay, same for the table as well. Okay, while creation of the table, we need to specify everything. What should be the table column? What should be the data type? But for dropping the table, no need, right? Just give the name of the table and drop it.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, these are all the DDL commands. The first type. Then second we are having is a DML command, data manipulation language. Okay. Now this data manipulation language. Okay. See the name here. It is related to the data. Okay. So we are not touching the structure of the table here. Okay, we will not add the column, we will not remove the column, we will not change the data type. Nothing is applicable in the data manipulation language because this is totally related to the data within the table. Okay, we are not going to touch the structure, we are going to play with the data within the table. Okay, that is what the data manipulation languages are. So DML commands are used to modify the database. It is responsible for all form of changes in the database. Okay, I missed to add here in all form of changes in the database related to data only. Okay, not the structure. The commands of DML is auto committed, not auto committed. That means we can roll back this. Okay, if like we have inserted the data mistakenly or deleted the data mistakenly, we can roll back that data. But yeah, it needs to be used along with the DCL commands, data control language. Sorry, TCL command, transaction control language. Then only we can roll back. If we are not using the transaction control language, again the update, insert, delete will be permanent to the table. Okay, so we need to be very careful on these kind of commands while running in the organization. We should not insert incorrect data, update incorrect, delete incorrect data. Okay, so in the DML, there are three commands: insert, update, and delete. Okay. By the name, we can see insert is used for inserting the new record. Update is used to update the record. When we say update, okay, update can be happen to the existing thing, right? So to run the update command, the data should be exist. Okay, then only we can update. And delete. Delete is used to delete the records from the table. Okay. So these are the three commands there are there under the DML. Okay, under the DML we are having DDL under we are having four commands. Now under DML, which is nothing but data manipulation language, we are having three commands: insert, used to insert new records or rows in the table; update, used to update the existing information. Okay, and delete, used to delete the data from the table. Okay, these are the three commands we are having under SQL under the DML. Okay, create DML, insert, update, and delete. Now from that, we'll see about the first command, insert. Okay, insert. So insert command is used to insert the record into the table. So to insert the record, we should have the table first. Okay, so let's say this is my table. I will create this table. Oh, I need to create under this 1031. So I recreate it. So I have this table now, department. Okay. And to see the data from the department table, we use the select command. Select star means all from name of the table. So this is the table. I don't have any data as of now. Okay. So how to insert that? Using insert command. So insert is used to insert the data. So the standard syntax is, I'll just write this syntax: insert into table name. We have to give the name of the table. Okay. Then within a bracket, we need to specify the column names like department, or we can say column 1, column 2, column 3. How many columns we are having? All the columns we can mention. Okay. Within a bracket, all the columns should be comma separated. And then we need to mention the values. Now values keyword, open bracket, value 1, value 2, value 3, and so on, as many values we are having. Okay, value 4. So this is how we can insert the data. Okay, now what if we are having 3 columns into the table? I want to insert the data only in 2 columns. Okay, the third column I don't have the information. So is it possible to do that? Yes. Okay, so in that case, we just need to mention 2 columns and 2 values. Okay, so how many number of columns we are having, that many values should be there into the values clause. Okay, and in the same sequence, if this is my value needs to be inserted into the column 1, this should be with the same position at the column 1. So column 1 will go like value 1 will go into the column 1, value 2 will go into the column 2. If I miss the sequence here, I'm writing something like this. What will happen? Value 2 will go into the column 1 and value 1 will go into the column 2. So sequence is also important. Okay, you need to specify which which value needs to be going to the which column. Okay, so now just insert the data into the department table, insert into department. Okay, with the same syntax. Here we have to give the table name. Okay, and we will be referring to go with a 2-part name. So insert into the table name. Now within a bracket, we need to specify the column names. What are the column names we are having? We are having the department ID.
Department ID.
Then we are having department
Department
name.
name,
And then we are having the location.
location.
Okay, now some keywords you see here, those are coming as in a blue line, a blue color. Okay, some keywords, or we can say some words from these queries are coming in blue, some are coming in this pink color. What are those? So blue color keyword are all the SQL keywords. Okay, so if this is, though this is your column name, this is somewhere used in a SQL server as a SQL keyword. Okay, so don't have to worry about this. If your column name is same as some of the SQL keywords, like insert is SQL keyword, values is a SQL keyword, table is a SQL keyword. So don't have to worry about this. Okay, some keywords, maybe some column name you may have same as your SQL keyword. So that will come as a blue line or blue color. Okay, so insert into table name, then column name. Now next we have to specify the values keyword. Okay, I'm taking to the next line. It is not mandatory, but to look good, we should be writing in a proper way. Now in the values, I have to specify the values within bracket. Okay, so department ID. This is, we know department ID, it is an integer data type. Right, department ID as an integer data type. So I will take this as a 1. Second, now department name we are having. Okay, department name is what kind of data it is? Varchar, right? So let's say I want to mention this department name as a human resource. Okay. And third we are having is a location. So location, let's say I'm giving the location as a New York. Okay, New York. So if I try to insert this,
You can add the space in there.
this is data, right? This is not a column. Okay.
Okay.
This is data. Even here also we can add. But see here now, when I execute this, it will throw the error. Incorrect syntax here, resource. Okay, so there is one standard thing we are having about the data. Okay, when we are inserting the data into the table, any kind of data, there are some rules. Okay, for character data, or we can say the text data or text or string data should be enclosed into what we call that as a single inverted comma. Okay, so it should be enclosed into the single inverted comma. So whatever the values, this is the data. Okay, this is not a column name. So data, when it is a variable character data, like text data, it is not just a varchar, any text data, like varchar, nvarchar, char, text, any string data we are having, that data should be enclosed with
under
the
single quote.
single quotes, right? Okay. Along with the text data, the date data as well. Any date information we are having, that also needs to be enclosed into the single inverted commas. Okay. Date and the string data. Okay, it is not required for integer data, numeric data. It is not required to have the quotes, even the decimal points as well. It is not required to have the quotes. Okay, so this is very important to as a beginner. Okay, because here is what you will come across the errors many times. You will be missing to add the quotes here for the varchar data. Okay, so this is my first record inserted. One row is affected. That means one row is affected with this insert command. That means one row is inserted into this table. Now you could see there is one record present into this table.
But
okay.
What if we want to insert like 3 to 5?
Right, now that is what we are seeing. So this will insert the one record. Now let's say I want to insert second record. Okay, and the department is, let's say, information technology. Okay, so this will also insert a record into the table. Now there is one error. What is this error now? you should be able to read the error. Okay, I will just copy this so that it will be more visible. I will just take it here. Oh, sorry. Statement has been terminated. Why it is happened? Okay, this is the error. This is the error number. This is the level of the error state, and this is the line number on which the error was occurred. And this is the actual error message from the SQL. Okay,
String
it's
or
saying
binary data will be
string or
truncated.
binary data would be truncated in table. This is the table name under SQL 1031. Okay, the column name is this, and the truncated value is this. Information technology.
I think it's more than the number of characters we specified department
L-
name
length of data type you assigned is less than,
is more than
I
the
mean,
number
is
of
more
characters.
than what you have assigned here.
Varchar.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think you guys have only 20, then here are 20 number printed on the truncated value.
Right, so it is the data type that is causing an issue, right? So we are having department name as a varchar 20. How many characters we are having under this information technology? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, one space is there, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 22 we are having. So it is saying like the 20 characters will be up to this only. Okay. And we cannot insert the 22 characters there because the definition of that column is varchar 20. We cannot afford more than that characters. Okay, obviously it is less than 20. So less character is always welcome there. Like we can insert less characters than the definition. Okay. But if we are trying to insert more than the defined number of characters, then it will throw the error. So as of now, we were just defining that column. So we were not sure like how it will affect this definition. But when we are dealing with the data, you can see these kind of issues will occur. Okay. And for the data types, always this error will be there. String or binary data would be truncated. Okay. So we should be able to read the error, understand the error, and fix that error. So what we can do, either we can increase the size of the table, like column, or we can reduce the size of the data.
Right.
Okay, we can do any one thing from that. Okay, so to increase the size of that column, what will be the syntax for that?
Alter.
Table
Right, which table we are going to
name.
alter? We are going to alter the department table. Okay, now whether we are adding the column or we are dropping the column,
We are altering the column.
correct.
We
The
are
column is
altering the
already there.
column, yeah. Alter.
We are right. The column is already there, so we need to modify the existing column. Okay, so we will use the alter command for that as well. And what is the column name? This is the column name, department name. Earlier it was varchar 20. I just need to make this as a varchar 30. Okay, so with this, we will be modifying the column structure.
For this, we can also write add command, right? Add department name.
No,
No,
because the column is already
we're
there,
not
right?
adding column.
Okay, the column is already there. If you write the add command, it will try to add the new column, but we cannot have the same name, like same named columns into the table. Okay, it is saying like column name in each table must be unique.
So, sir,
The
here
department name
information
column is
data,
already there.
sir.
Okay, so it will throw the error.
So for
We
the
can
each time like we are inserting the information, we have to write like insert into, or we can write the like values in the like lines altogether.
no, that is a different thing, right? Currently, we were talking about the altering the database, altering the database table. Okay, to modify the structure of the column, we use alter table alter command. Yeah, if you wanted to add the new column, then you can go with add. Okay, but to change the data type, you have to use the alter command. Okay.
Or you can simply put
For
information
modify, we
tag.
have to use alter.
Right.
Go ahead, Safia.
No, I said for the alter for the modify we have to use alter, right?
Right. To modify the
Oh,
data type of the column, existing column.
thank you, Ranjiji. You can go now.
So we can just like shorten like information tech instead of technology.
Yeah, that is also we can do if you want to accommodate the value into the existing size only, then you can rename this department name. Okay, you can just have some info technology or something like that.
Yeah.
It will be less than 20. Okay. In that case, you don't have to increase the size of the column. Okay. But if you want to save this as it is, then there is no option other than increasing the size or length of that column. Okay. Now we have changed it to 30 and we will be able to insert that row without any issue. Okay. Because it is having 22 characters and our size is 30 and we could see that data is there. Okay, so this is what we are inserting the data one row at one time. If I wanted to insert more than one row at one time, what we can do there? I just say one row at a time. If I want to insert multiple rows at a time. Okay, so that we can do by specifying the values box comma separated. So this is my third row now. I'm giving the name as sales. Okay, I'm having some new department office here. Okay, let's say it is
New Jersey.
something like, okay, let's take this as a New Jersey. Okay, this is the new department. I want to add one more department for finance as well. So what I can do, instead of writing the insert into values clause once again, I can just specify the values box, okay, by giving the comma after the third row. So this is my fourth row. This is my finance department under same city. Okay, I want to add one more department. Let's say that is a
IT.
yeah, IT is already there. So what department we can add there?
Purchase.
Yes, let's say it is a purchase department. Okay, and in another city we are having
Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, so we are having this city. Now I'm having three rows. Okay, how I
No, you have to
going
like
insert
three.
this?
You have to.
All rows. Okay, one row data is within one bracket, right? So that bracket, after that bracket, we have to specify the comma and we have to give the second row data, next row data within a single bracket. Then comma and third row, next row data, like department ID 5.
Yeah.
Okay. In this way, I will be able to insert three rows at the time.
Okay.
Okay, and now we could see there are three rows inserted here. Okay, so we can insert as many rows. Okay, but not as many, I would say. We can insert max of 1000 rows like this. Okay, max of 1000 rows at a time we can insert. This is the max limit we are having. Okay, now we have seen this single row, multiple row. Now we will see some errors that can be occurred while inserting the data. Okay, let me take this once again. Let me change this department ID and add some a new department here, so let's say procurement. Okay, with same city we are having. But what I did, I missed to add the city here. Okay, now how many columns I'm having?
Three.
How many values I'm having?
Two.
Two.
Look,
So
location will
SQL
be
will not, right. So SQL will not be able to map the value for location.
Because
Okay,
it's
it will map the value for
incomplete.
department ID, it will map for the department, it will not able to map value for location. And when I execute this, it will throw the error saying there is a mismatched number of columns between the insert statement and the values clause. Okay, there are more columns in the insert statement than the values specified in the values clause. So there are more columns in the insert than the values in the values clause. The number of values in the values clause must match the number of columns specified in the insert statement. Right? So what does it saying? It is saying like the values and the number of columns should match ultimately. Okay, what if I remove this location from this insert statement? Whether it will insert the data now?
It should.
Yeah, it will.
It will throw an
Sir, so it will insert the data without any issue because this department table is having location column and which allows the null values. Okay, so even though we are not passing any values, the null will be inserted there by default if we are not passing any value. Okay.
Okay.
Now what will happen if I'm not giving these values in a sequence? Okay, I'm giving this department ID at second position, then I'm giving the location. Okay, same way here as well. I'm mentioning this department as something like electrical. Okay, maintenance something. Okay, and department I'm giving as a 7 and a location I'm giving this as a MN something. Okay, so this is how I'm giving now. The order is not same as what we are having in table. In table, department ID is the first column, department name is the second, location is third. But how I am inserting? I'm inserting department name as a first position, department ID second, and location third. Okay, let me execute and it is inserted the data successfully. Okay, and we can see the last record is inserted correctly. Okay, so no matter in what sequence you are giving your column name. Okay, but in what sequence you are giving in your column name, in the same sequence your values should be. Okay, so you are giving the department name first and you are trying to insert this value department ID in your first in the values clause. So what will happen? Under the department name, the ID will be inserted. Okay, it is failed. It is saying like why it is failed? Because department name is an integer column. Sorry, department ID is an integer column. And we are trying to insert the character value into the integer.
Right.
Same way you might think department name is a varchar column and we are trying to insert integer. Will it allow? So I was explained yesterday, we can insert integer value into the varchar column. So department name in column will allow 7 to insert. Okay, but department ID will not allow electrical maintenance to insert into the table. Okay, we can see this. Okay, I will remove this department ID and I will just have the department name and location. Okay, you see here, it is inserted successfully. Though it is a integer value, it is inserted into the varchar column.
Yeah.
Okay, so the sequencing is important. Okay, you can see now department ID is null because we were not provided the value for that. The value that we provided is under the department name. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what this table is. Just to have this practice. Okay, I will be sharing my screen. You can try to insert the records like this on your own. Okay, but it will take some 5 minutes. Yeah, one more variation we will see in this insert. Insert without specifying column names. Okay, insert without specifying the column names. So that is also we can do. Okay, without specifying the names of the column, we can insert the data into the table. Okay, but there are some rules that needs to be followed. Okay, so this is my table, department table we are having. We are having 3 columns. What if I will not mention the column names and only I will give the values like department ID 8 and we'll have some departments like what we can have next. Let's say we are having engineering. Okay, this is a department and the same city I will take. Okay. So with this uh, insert command without specifying the column names and only giving the values, I will be able to insert the values into the department table. You can see one row is affected and the data also we can see in the table by writing the select command, select star from table name. You can see the row number 8, the department ID 8 is inserted. Here we were not given the column names. Okay, but this will be possible only if you are passing the values for all the columns. Okay, if you are passing the values for all the columns within the table and again that too with the same sequence, then only it will be inserting the data without any issue without passing the name of that column. Okay, now let's say I'm passing engineering once again and just mention department. Okay, this time I'm missing to pass the location and I have not specified the column names as well. So what will happen if I execute this? It will throw the error. It is saying like column name or number of supplied values does not match the table definition. Okay, so what is the expectation from the SQL Server, from this database management system is when you are not passing the column names, it will be considering you are passing all the values. Okay, and it will map the values for each of the column. Okay, so I'm passing 3 values and SQL knows like in this table we are having 3 columns. So what it will do, it will map the first value with first column, second value with second column, third value with third column. But if I'm passing only 2 values and that too without specifying the column names, SQL will map the first value with first column, second with second, and it will found like there is no value for third column. So it will throw the error saying like there is mismatch in the number of values and number of columns. Okay. Even let's say I'm passing the all values. I mean, I'm passing 3 values. Okay. But again, I'm doing the mismatch into the sequence. Okay. I'm passing all the values, but what I'm doing, department ID, I'm passing at the second position. But in my table, department ID is at first position. SQL, what it will do, it will map the columns in sequence. It will map first value with first column, second value with second column, third value with third column, and it will throw the error because of the first value. Because we are trying to insert varchar value into the numeric integer column. Okay, so even though we are passing all the values, sequence is not correct. And though it is throwing the error. Okay, any doubt?
No.
Okay, so insert command, it is important to follow the sequence. Okay, it is important to mention the column names so that we will have the idea exactly whatever the values. Now with this, okay, as a developer, you know, like I have created this table, so I know there are 3 columns where I'm having. So I know like this is department ID, this is department name, and this is city of the department, location of the department. But if any new person is coming, okay, so then what he need to do, he need to go to the table, expand the table, see what are the columns we are having. Okay, so to have the more better readability, it is always recommended to use the column names in the insert statement so that we will have the better understanding what column name and what value belongs to which column. Okay, it is always recommended to use this method. Okay, so this is all about the insert statement. Okay, now we have this data here in the department table. Okay, I want to see only the departments that are from the New York location. Okay, I want to see only those department. So how to see that? Okay, to see the data, what we use the select command, right? To see the data, we use the select command. Okay, now instead of all the data, I wanted to see only the department with location as a New York. So what we can do, we are having a clause called where to filter the data. Okay, so we can use the where clause to filter the data. Now in where clause, we have to mention the column name is equal to value. So we need to mention what kind of data you need to filter. Okay, so now with the same example, we want to see the all the values, all the rows with New York as a location. Okay, so what I can do, I can specify location is equal to New York. Okay, now if I run this query, I will get those rows with New York location. Okay, so like this, we can filter the data. Now, without the where clause, if I run this query, I will get all records. Okay, but with the where condition, I will get only the filtered data. Okay, if I want to have the records filtered with New Jersey, so I can change that value. Okay, I can get this value with New Jersey. I will get the record. Okay, but this value should be exact match because we are using equal to condition. Okay, if we are using without space, it will not return any record because the values stored in the table are having space. Okay, if we are giving any leading space, that will also not considered because it is not having any space. Yeah, trailing spaces, it will be automatically removed from the SQL Server. So if there are any trailing spaces, still we will get the values. But if we are giving any leading spaces at the start, it will be considered as a valid values. Okay, so we have to be very careful while writing the conditions in the where clause. Okay, now why I have written this in the single quotes? Because location column is a varchar data type. If I want to filter with the department ID is equal to 7. So here the value, I will not mention that into the quotes because department ID column is integer. So the value I can give without any quote and I will get that record here. Okay, what if I give these values in all small letters? Okay, the values are same. Just the thing is, it is also having space. It is also having space. But just the thing is, I have written in all space, capital small letters. Still, it will return the values because SQL language is a case insensitive language. Okay, it is a case insensitive language. So no matter in which what we say it is whether we are using the capital letters or small letters. Okay, it will just to see if the values matches in terms of meaning. Okay, or the values, it should match perfectly no matter it is small or capital letters. Okay, so this is how we can filter the data. Okay, this is with equal to sign. There are many other signs we are having that we can use to filter the data. If you want to filter all the rows which are less than 7 with the department ID, so that also we can use. So there are some we call this as operators that we can use in a where clause. So all operators we are having greater than, sorry, less than, greater than, equal to, okay, then we can use the combination as well, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. Okay, for not equal to, we are having this symbol, or we are having this symbol. So this meaning of both of these is not equal to. So with this example, if you go and I want to see all the records where city is not equal to New Jersey, so I will just add the exclamatory mark before the value, and it will give me all the records except New Jersey. Okay. So where clause is there to filter the data. With the where clause, we can filter the values, okay, from the table, and we can specifically take only those records out. Okay. One more thing I just wanted to show you. Earlier we were using all the star symbol for getting the record. When we use star, it will show you all the columns from the table. Star means all column. When I take the cursor near star, right, it will list out all the columns. I'll just show you why it is not listing out. Okay, but a star means all the columns. What if I want to see only the location for all the departments? So I can specify only that column name. So when we say only location, it will show you only location for all the rows. Okay, along with the location, if you want the department name as well, so we can add that column as well in the select list, department name. Okay, so if we mention select star, it will show you all the columns from the table. If you want any specific columns, not all the columns, you can specify the column names, comma separated. Okay. Yeah, so this is near about information for the select statement. We will see more about the selects as well, okay, during the DQL commands. But at high level, just to understand the where clause, because where clause is required for our next two commands, update and delete. That's why I just wanted to show you the where clause as well here. Okay, so where clause is used to filter the records, okay, with the given condition. We can use multiple operators in the where clause, less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to. Apart from this, there are others as well, like in we are having, between we are having. Okay, so we will be using those operators to filter the data using where clause. Okay, yeah, in detail again we will be seeing all these operators about the where clause in detail. Okay, but yeah, at high level, this is what the where clause is, because I was giving this introduction for the where clause because we need that to understand the update and delete command in the next session. Okay, so that's about the insert statement for today. We will stop here for today. In the next session, we will move forward with the next two commands under the DML, update and delete. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions on the insert?